here!
Woo, yeah, you're going nowhere. Get ready for madness as Wrestle Savage presents From the Top Rope to Greatness 8 Macho Man Randy Savage Iconic Moments. Dig it? From his rebellious days in his family-owned wrestling business to reaching the pinnacle of the wrestling world, Randy Savage dropped elbows on our black hearts like none other. In this list, we count down some of our favorite moments, so hit that subscribe button and let's jump into the madness. Number 8. Trying to kill Ricky Morton. In 1984, Randy Savage went viral before going viral was even a thing. On June 25th, at Continental Wrestling Association's Star Wars 84 event, he pile-drove Ricky Morton through a ringside table. Fans believed they had just witnessed an attempted murder, and tapes of this match became highly sought after in tape trading communities around America. The piledriver was also shown on Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Lords of the Ring tape in 1985, and it is widely believed that this was the first time a wrestler going through a table was filmed. Number 7. Main Event Madness. WrestleMania 4 marked a significant moment in the career of Macho Man Randy Savage as he won the vacated WWF World Heavyweight title. This event stood out as the first WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan wrestling in a main event, solidifying Randy Savage's star-drawing ability. Initially a despised heel during his early years in the WWF, Savage began to transition into a babyface in mid-1987 due to winning over fans with his fantastic matches. By 1988, Savage had become a beloved babyface thanks to his on-screen friendship with Hulk Hogan, which began in October 1987. Together, they formed the Mega Powers after Miss Elizabeth convinced Hogan to help fend off Honky Tonk Man and the Hart Foundation. On March 27, 1988 at WrestleMania 4, Randy Savage competed in 4 matches, each time iconically changing his entrance gear, with Elizabeth changing her dress 4 times to match him. He ultimately won the tournament with a little help from his friend Hulk Hogan by defeating Ted DiBiase, beginning one of the most iconic championship runs in the history of the WWF. Number 6. A Venomous Feud. SummerSlam 1991. Everything is going so well. Randy Savage just married his beautiful bride and manager, Miss Elizabeth. The wedding ceremony was uninterrupted. No crazy wrestling shenanigans in sight. It was the happiest day of Macho Man Randy Savage's life. But then, while opening their wedding gifts, Miss Elizabeth opened a box containing a cobra. This led to The Undertaker and Jake the Snake Roberts ambushing Randy Savage. Thankfully, Sid was there to fend off the attack. Then, on WWF Superstars, November 23rd, 1991, Jake Roberts provoked Macho Man Randy Savage into the ring and had his cobra bite him, causing Macho Man to become delirious. The scene turned into a wild and chaotic situation with paramedics chasing around the Macho Man while he tried to go after Jake. All of this tension exploded at the This Tuesday in Texas pay-per-view on December 3rd, 1991. There, Macho Man cleanly defeated Jake the Snake Roberts, putting an end to this iconic feud. This intense rivalry showcased the darker side of wrestling, with dangerous and venomous twists, ultimately solidifying Randy Savage's place in the world as a wrestling legend. Number 5. The Perfect Manager. In June 1985, Macho Man arrived in the World Wrestling Federation, and by July, all the WWF managers were vying to court him, recognizing him as the top free agent in professional wrestling. Each manager in the WWF wanted to sign the Macho Man to their side, and the world watched on eagerly as they awaited Randy Savage's decision. On July 30th, 1985, with all of the managers in the ring, Savage shocked everyone by introducing his new manager, Miss Elizabeth, marking her debut. The pairing of Savage and Elizabeth quickly intensified Savage's heel persona, as his treatment of her added to his villainous character. Together, they became the most iconic couple in wrestling history. With Miss Elizabeth by his side, Randy Savage elevated his career to new heights, becoming one of the most memorable and captivating performers in the history of wrestling. Their partnership remains a defining moment in the sport, as the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth left a lasting impression on the hearts of wrestling fans worldwide. Number 4. The First Step to Greatness. The Intercontinental Championship and Randy Savage go hand in hand. In fact, it's almost hard to picture him without it. He first captured the title on February 8th, 1986. Randy Savage loved the championship so much that he over-polished it with Brasso, causing the gold plating to tarnish. In fact, collectors commonly refer to his iconic version of the belt as the Brasso Championship because of that. His impressive 414-day reign as champion ultimately led him to becoming a fan favorite and main event star. The Intercontinental Championship played a crucial role in elevating Savage's status in the wrestling world, paving the way for his greatness for years to come. Randy Savage's time as Intercontinental Champion showcased his unparalleled skills and charisma, solidifying his place among the wrestling elite. His championship reign became a stepping stone towards even greater accomplishments, sending him to the top of the card and capturing the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. The Macho Man will forever be remembered as one of the all-time greatest Intercontinental Champions, and his connection with the belt played a significant part in his legendary legacy. Number 3. The King and the Warrior. During his fantastic run as the Macho King, which we talked about in our King of the Ring video linked in the description below, the Macho King entered into a brutal feud with the Ultimate Warrior. The Macho King made it no secret that he wanted the Warrior's heavyweight title, attacking him on the main event on November 23rd, 1990, driving his scepter into the Ultimate Warrior's throat and posing with his title. At the 1991 Royal Rumble, Queen Sherri used her feminine charms to try and convince the Ultimate Warrior to give the Macho King a title shot if he retained against Sergeant Slaughter, but the Warrior vehemently refused. This led to Macho Man Randy Savage attacking the Warrior during his match. The Warrior would gorilla press slam Sherri out of the ring onto the Macho King, but it wasn't enough to stop the most savage wrestler ever. He smashed his golden scepter in the Warrior's head, costing him the World Heavyweight Championship. After this, the Warrior vowed to end the Macho King's career, leading to both men putting their jobs on the line for a retirement match at WrestleMania 7. The Warrior was so mad at the Macho King that on the Brother Love show, after being told that he couldn't end careers, he threatened to end Brother Love's career, destroying his set and chasing him to the ring before beating him up and sending a message to the Macho King. Brother Love had to be taken out on a stretcher. At Primetime Wrestling on March 3rd, 1991, the King and the Warrior signed contracts for WrestleMania 7. During the retirement match, we would see Miss Elizabeth watching on from the crowd, adding to the drama as she had not been seen with Macho during his whole run as King. The Ultimate Warrior took a beating from the Macho King in the match, managing to kick out of an insane 5 elbow drops in a row, which would be enough to end the career of a normal wrestler. But eventually, the Warrior was able to defeat him. The match itself is a mastercraft of wrestling psychology. After the match, Queen Sherri loses her mind and she starts attacking the Macho King. This iconic moment sees Miss Elizabeth jump the rail to save Savage. The reunion of the pair had fans gripped in pure emotion as the two former lovers embrace, leading to the most iconic image of Randy Savage's career, holding Elizabeth up on his shoulder as fans cried tears of pure joy. Number 2. Trying to slay the dragon. Savage vs. Steamboat is one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. Once you've liked this video, check out our list of the greatest WrestleMania matches to see where we ranked it. It's linked in the description below. The feud all kicked off on November 22nd, 1986 on WWF Superstars when Steamboat got his first shot at Savage's Intercontinental title. Randy Savage drove a ring bell into Ricky Steamboat's throat after the match, causing a serious injury. Ricky was shown on TV visibly suffering from the attack, barely able to talk without pain. After Steamboat's return on January 3rd, 1987 at Saturday Night's main event, he saved Georgie Animal Steel from Savage's assault. It was announced that a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship would take place at WrestleMania 3. The match itself was incredible, and Savage dropped his title to Steamboat, marking the start of his run as a top heavyweight and main eventer for the WWF. This feud between Savage and Steamboat is what made it all possible. Their epic encounter at WrestleMania 3 is a timeless classic that fans still remember and cherish today. It solidified Ricky Steamboat's place in wrestling history and further elevated Randy Savage's status as one of the all-time greats. This match and feud remain a shining example of the athleticism, drama, and storytelling that make WrestleMania the grandest stage of them all. Number 1. The cream of the crop. The ability to have great wrestling matches and cut exceptional promos is what sets the megastars apart from the jobbers, and without a doubt, Randy Savage is one of the greatest promos of all time. His iconic voice is recognized by people who've never even watched wrestling, and he even lent his voice to villains on various cartoons because of this very fact. However, there's one promo that stands tall above them all, the cream of the crop. Part amazing promo, part magic trick, all Savage. Sporting his famous Macho Man shirt, Randy Savage claims that nothing means nothing and losing his Intercontinental Championship doesn't matter because he's the cream of the crop. In a hilarious twist, he magically produces coffee cream out of thin air, even from Mean Gene's pocket. This promo lives on forever as one of the all-time greatest in not just Savage's career, but in the history of wrestling. What are your favorite Macho Man Randy Savage promos or moments? Let us know in the comments. Woo yeah!